Regional Dispatch.
Hi, Annie. I called earlier for some stolen property that had to do with a Gary Knight at 141 Samuel Avenue or Street. And I told the guy that I talked to that I was going to try to find out where the property that got stolen was located. And it's in the garage of either 120 or 122 Drummer Avenue. But I already explained to him like what it looked like, and the person that had purchased it, which was Jake Eagle.
Okay.
And I just wanted to make sure he knew that address.
Hold on a second. What are you saying? Something happened at Samuel?
Okay. I called him and I told him, I said, I know somebody that stole something from Drexel, and I know that they stole the item, and I know who has it. Okay? The guy that stole the item was Jason Butts and Gary Knight. Okay? They stole it out of Drexel. Gary's address is 141 Samuel Avenue, okay?
When did you call this in?
I called it in probably about an hour ago. He said call it back in whenever I know the address to wherever the item is located, okay? So the item is located in the garage because it's a big old garage. It's brick. I think it's at 120 or 122 Drummer.
You're going to have the exact address. You can't.
I believe it's 120 because it's the only big garage back there.
Okay, and what is stolen?
I tell him that it looks like a car, but it's not a car. Somebody just homemade it. They stole it out of Drexel. They took a metal frame and they made a metal frame like a car. It has a steering wheel, but they steer it with their feet like a bike.
How do you know it's stolen?
Because they sold it to him for $200.
Because
everybody in the neighborhood knows it's stolen.
You said you know stolen because they did what?
They sold it to the guy, the Jake Eagle, for $200.
That doesn't mean it's stolen. Was it reported?
It is stolen. They said they stole it. They said they stole it out of Drexel, and they said they were going to go back and steal the lid to it because there's a top that goes to it. So Gary Knight said he was going to go back and steal the lid that it's in Drexel. And I asked officers or anybody reported anything stolen out of Drexel, and he couldn't tell me.
Yeah, because we don't know. We wouldn't.
Right.
The way we know that if you had the address of where it could have been stolen from, and then we could look up the call, but we don't have a list of.
Yeah, I don't know what address they stole it from, but I know it's from Drexel. But I do know that they do have the parts. I know that they do have the equipment here.
They told you that they stole it.
That he told me he stole it, and that he sold it for $200 to Jake Eagle.
Who stole it though?
Gary Knight.
And where?
And if you run him, you'll see that this is his MO. He goes and he rips off vehicles and he sells them.
Where is he?
He's at 141 Drummer. Samuel. But the part that he stole, that the guys bought, they live on Drummer Avenue. Now, he lives at 113 Drummer, the guy that bought the property. But he's not keeping it on his property. He's keeping it across the street at the big garage of his neighbors because it's too big to fit in his garage. But the person that bought the item for $200 is Jake Eagle.
Okay, and what is it? It's a part?
I can't even. It's really hard to describe. Someone took metal, and they welded it to look like the frame of a car. They don't have no doors or anything on it. It just has car seats in it. He does have headlights and brake lights. He put a system in it. It has a steering wheel, but the steering wheel is ran by, you pedal it with your feet. It's not even a vehicle. It's not a motorized vehicle. It's not ran by any kind of motor or any kind of battery or anything. But it's homemade is what it is.
Okay, and you said the male Jake Eagle that sold it, is he a white male or a black male?
He's a white male. He's got blonde hair. The cops have pulled him over on it before, but they didn't know it was stolen.
Where is he at?
He's at 113 Drummer Avenue. But the part isn't, the vehicle or whatever you want to call it isn't there. He keeps it across the street in the big garage. His sister owns the house. Her name is Megan Eagle. It's a house, Yeah, his sister's got a big old garage back there, and that's where he keeps it because it's too big for his garage.
What's the address to where the part?
I believe it's 120 Drummer is where he's keeping it, but he lives at 113 Drummer.
And I'm gonna. Okay. If they go to this address and it's not there, they're going to be really upset because I'm advising you that you need the right address, the exact address, and you're saying
Well, I know his address for sure, Jake Engel's address for sure.
Okay, but that's
I just don't know.
But that's not where the property is. They're going to want to know where the property is.
Well, I mean, if they go in the alley, it's the only big garage that's out there. It's either 120 or 120. I don't know how. It's like next to a field. I don't know how they number. You know how the numbers are all messed up. It's either 120 or 122. It's in that garage. Because it's like a two-car garage, and I don't know if it goes to the people at 120 or if it goes to the people, at 122 or whatever. But it's a big concrete-like garage, and that's where he keeps it. But I know for a fact that Jake lives at 113 Drummer, so I know that he is there. He is the one that bought it, and he paid $200 for it.
Who sold it?
Gary Knight.
And he's the one that stole it?
Yeah, Gary Knight stole it from somebody from Drexel, brought it down here, they liked it, and he sold it to them for $200.
And where is he?
He's at home.
Gary Knight, what's his address?
141 Samuel Avenue.
What's your name?
It's Beth Peterman.
Beth?
Beth.
Okay. I'll send them out to check this out.
All right, thank you.
Bye.